I'm getting a later start than usual on this chilly December morning. My good buddy C-Mac has come along with me today. Chris Macaluso, he's inside the Chevron station answering nature's call. But we're heading to one of my favorite places to fish, Delacroix, Louisiana. And we're just going to explore and don't have any reports or anything. Just going to go see what we can catch. But the hope is that we can run into some speckled trout, redfish, and bass. And who knows, probably on the way we'll come up with some competition to make the day even more fun. All right, so C-Mac and I determined what our competition is going to be today, and it's a whole lot of fun, or it should be anyway. We've just now set up here in the Marsh section of Delacroix, but here's the rules for today. We're going to be targeting speckled trout, redfish, and bass, and each of us can weigh one redfish. It's got to be under 27 inches, and of course above 16. It's got to be legal fish. We can weigh one speckled trout, and we can weigh one bass. But here's the complication. You've got to weigh the fish while it's alive, so you got to make that determination right when you catch the fish whether or not it's one you want to weigh. So we're going for the slam today, and all slams beat the weight of any two fish. So you've got to really target all three fish, and you got to make a good choice about whether or not to weigh that fish. Hopefully that makes sense. It should as we go along. So we've had a little cold snap here in South Louisiana, and actually the water temperature is 51. That's extremely cold for speckled trout. They will bite in 51-degree water, but it's right at the edge. Believe it or not, despite that, we are throwing corks to start the day. Probably not the smartest thing, but right in here is a little bayou that's draining into here, so I'm hoping some bait is pulling through here and the fish are feeding. If not, we'll push into the bayou and fish a little bit deeper. Yeah, dude, you look at how low this water is, and we're right at the beginning of the fall. What's it gonna look like in about 5 or 6 hours? I'm going jig. Man, that water is low. Low. I like that though. You can find them stacked up. We should definitely run across some stacked up reds somewhere. Question is where? A bunch of bait up here. Bunch of bait. There's one. What are you? Redfish. Let me get off of here. Is that my weigher?
I don't think he's the weigher.
Well, he's a keeper, but he's only about, what would you say, 18 inches?
Yeah, he's 17 or 18 inches.
He's not my weigher.
That's the one I would weigh.
He is not my weigher. But man, it'd be nice to have a nice big jump on C-Mac.
I don't want to tell you how to fish your tournament.
Well, especially since you're competing against me.
Right. But I would not weigh that fish.
Yeah, you figure the bulk of the weight is going to have to come from the red.
Yep.
So you really can't screw that up.
I would say you'd want probably a 6-pound redfish or so, at least, right?
I mean, yeah, ideally. Yep.
This episode of Marshman Masson brought to you by Puglia Sporting Goods.
Electric chicken H&H Cacao. Great wintertime bait. You got a bump?
I did. Just slightest.
Fish on? Red?
Ooh, this is a good red, too. Boy, you hit it coming at me, Todd.
We'll fish to the end of this canal and then we'll make a move.
I wanted to fish my new reel. Problem is I only put 12-pound test on it. So I'm hoping I don't break a big fish off.
Right. I wouldn't laugh at all if you hooked like a big 26-incher and it broke off.
Sure, that would make your day. Did we ever figure out what the punishment is here?
Oh yeah, what's the punishment? That's right, we got to figure that out. The C-Mac suggested the loser has to sing Frosty the Snowman at the fish cleaning table at the end of the day. But C-Mac can actually sing.
I think it would be actually funnier if you can't sing.
Well, I sure as hell can't.
Well, I'm looking forward to you losing then.
All right, you want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll do that. God, it's going to make me fish hard.
So when's the last time you had to sing Frosty the Snowman, Todd?
Frosty the Snowman. I might have to look up the lyrics.
I mean, I got 2 young kids, so I sing it all the time.
Stovetop hat and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal, right?
I think it's was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose.
See?
2 eyes made out of coal.
See, I don't know the lyrics. I'll have to print them.
So it's December 3rd.
Right.
December 4th. Today.
December 4th, yep.
And I heard Christmas music the other day for about 12 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and that was enough.
You sick of it already?
Yeah, I'm done. Down through the village with a broomstick in his hand.
Old Frosty. He got him a woman.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
You think she's frigid?
Odds are. All right, let's make a little move. Fish on, fish on. That's a speckled trout. Yep. But the question, C-Mac, is,
like a decent
is he a weigher?
I don't know.
Nice trout.
He's a good trout.
Nice trout. What are we doing? No?
I think I'm gonna pass.
All right.
I'm gonna pass.
All right. I don't blame you.
I'm gonna shoot for a 16-incher instead of a 14-inch.
Okay.
13-inch. But a good trout. Good keeper. Dead slow. I mean,
Just barely yanked it under.
cork sitting there kind of still. Barely took it under.
And what are you throwing bait-wise?
I'm throwing a H&H cock of the walk cockahoe.
All right.
So it's like an avocado with a glow belly and a chartreuse tail.
And best of all, when you fish it, you get to say cock of the walk.
I do.
You ready? Our water's dead. That's what's killing us right now. So Chris and I are in I guess our third spot, our third stop. It's obviously a beautiful day. No wind, just a slight west wind, but not much at all. And this is just a bayou that we're hoping will hold some fish, either reds or speckled trout. Water temps have warmed up to about 53, so we should definitely be able to find some fish. Water is painfully low, but I don't mind that. Man, if we could get this water to move. It's not a good tide range day. It's not horrible, but it's only like 6/10. I'd rather fish in wind than dead tide. Man, I hate dead tide. Fish on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like a red.
Little old redfish.
But not a weigher.
No.
He may be a team maker, isn't he? I think he's 16. Oh yeah, he's 16. He's dinner, but
Yeah.
that's all he is. 16 and a half.
Well, you know, top of it was a most fish contest.
Oh goodness, here we go.
I'd be winning.
That is true. That is true.
More than just kind of like nibbling on it.
There he is. Finally, got a hook in one. Oh, I got a bad hook set. Hope I don't lose him.
Got a decision to make here.
You're right. Well, he's not in yet.
That's a decent fish, Todd. Ready.
All right, I'm weighing him.
Are you?
I'm weighing him. I am. Yep.
All right. Way away.
Nah, man. I'm gonna weigh him. I'm gonna weigh him. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but I think we'll catch bigger ones. I'm rolling the dice. So I don't want to sing Frosty the Snowman.
It's such a jolly song.
4.66. 4.66. You want to verify? We'll show the camera. 4.66.
All right. Game on. Game on.
All right, C-Mac and I have been battling a dead tide all day, but it has started screaming out. The west wind has picked up. Still not terrible, maybe about 4 or 5 knots. And so we're gonna try and focus on bass here just for a minute before we turn our attention back to speckled trout. This episode of Marshman Masson brought to you by H&H Lure Company, and by Bill Lewis, and by Matrix Shad, and by Sportsman's Outfitters, and by Death Grip Jig Heads. Come on, bass. Just one. Just one. You got him, C-Mac?
Big redfish.
Uh-oh. We got us a weigher? Please get off. C-Mac's gonna take the lead with this fish because I'm betting he's gonna weigh him. Okay, let's hope he's 28. Is he 28?
He might be. He might be an over.
Might be a brute. No, he's not. Hey, you want me to get the net for you?
I mean, do you want to?
Have you ever seen me net a fish? Is that your 12-pound test line?
No, it's 17.
Oh, no. 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 And he's not an over. But he's also not in the boat yet. Now he is. Dadgummit. Is that your weigher?
I mean, if he's not over, he is.
No, he's not over. That fish isn't over. He's about 24. All right, let me get the scale. Hold on. Let me spot lock us.
How much?
Well, I'm guessing the scale isn't measuring right because it came out 2.6.
No, I would say that's not right at all.
But, you know, we got to go by the scale.
And I would say that's at least a
Shoot.
6.5 pound fish. Wouldn't you?
Let's try that again. You know what it may be? This thing may have reverted to kilos. 5.86. 5.86.
Yeah.
Perhaps I was a bit hasty in weighing my fish, but
Hey, man. You're forcing them out and all.
but I haven't caught one bigger yet. So Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way. Those are the only words I know. You a takedown?
No,
Grass.
Um,
There he is. There's a fish. Oh no!
they're gonna take the dredge spoil.
Shoot.
We got a competition here, man.
I know.
I'm the only one with a trout. You know, in retrospect, I probably should have weighed it.
Probably should have.
You know, the dredge spoil from the deepening project. Here he is. I don't think that's a trout.
I think it is.
It's a redfish.
Is he a red?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
So since we've got redfish already off the board,
That's actually a keeper red. Oh yeah. Oh come on, C-Mac. Another red?
big.
Bass.
Oh, he came
He
off.
came off.
He was a
It was a
giant
big bass.
God.
I saw him.
Oh my God.
I thought he was a flounder for a minute. He was so big.
Oh, Todd, that
He's
was
so
a
big.
3 or 4 pound bass.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, there he is.
Wow. Here's the trout.
If he's a trout, he's a big one, dude. No, he's a bass.
Is it?
Yep, he's a bass. Yep. Come on, stay on. Please stay on. Please stay on. Oh, he's barely hooked.
Go!
Gorilla! Gorilla bass! Look at that!
I gotta go catch it.
Yeah!
That is a fish.
That's a big bass. Look, dude, look how he's hooked. Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Look at this brute. See, Mac, I'm not gonna keep him, but I am gonna weigh him.
The one I just lost was,
It was
that big or big?
I think the one you lost was bigger than this.
Good. God. 2 3/4.
2.46. 2.46. You writing all this down?
I am.
All right, I'm gonna let him go.
All right.
There he goes.
Todd takes the lead.
Yep.
Still only about a pound ahead of me.
Oh, I know. It's still close. You catch a bass, I'm in trouble. Cause no trout's gonna overcome that.
Right.
You got a spinner bait tied on? You wanna give it a whirl? We can Maybe hit this grass bed and come back and hit this other grass bed. Oh, there he is. There he is. Another bass. Another bass. All right. About a 1 pounder.
Put together a little box here.
Doesn't matter for the contest, but we'll get to eat him, or you'll get to eat him. You eat bass?
Oh, absolutely.
I can't eat freshwater fish anymore.
Can't eat saltwater fish.
Perfect. Symbiotic.
Okay, such a great team.
What, to just get married. Uh-oh. Get him, C-Mac. He was out a little bit, huh?
He was. He's an eater, but he ain't aware.
No, he ain't aware.
He ain't aware.
He would add to your total, but just not a whole lot. Uh-oh. That's not a bass. Well, you've already weighed your red, so that's just a dinner fish. I don't think he's as big as your other one. Do you?
No, he's not.
So pretty. Look how pretty. Look at that guy.
Oh, lit up.
Yep. And you can see him 4 feet down. Good job, C-Mac.
Oh, fuck. Kidding me? In his mouth swimming at me.
Gorilla bass.
There he was.
Gorilla bass. Look at this fish.
My pet, man.
Look at this fish. This one may even be bigger than the other one. Good Lord. Nah, I think he's a little smaller. He is nice, though. He would have put you over the top.
It might be the same damn fish.
It might be. Heads up. God.
I think he's got everything, huh?
Yeah, you got it all. Yep, sure did. Now I gotta hurry before you get him. Got him?
Oh, no.
Big bass! Holy Toledo, dude, look at this bass! C-Mac, look at this bass. Dude, I'm gonna help you with him. Dude, that's a gorilla. Oh my goodness. Here, let me help you. Hold on.
Dude, that is a hammer. Holy cow.
Well, I lost the competition.
That's a 4 pounder.
He's fat. Yeah, it's a good fish.
Lord, look at that fish. Shit,
I hate to do it, but we're gonna have to weigh him.
Yeah, we do. That's a tournament. I mean, that's a kicker in a real tournament.
3.48.
348. Just give me a good charge there.
Yeah, he's going. Oh my goodness. Could have been the one I had. It could have been the one I had.
He was way out. Crawfish. Crawfish and a crab.
Yeah. Crustaceans.
Food supply. That's what happens when you get these grass beds. Okay,
Another nice bass. Not as big as yours. Oh, look at that. Man, gorgeous.
pretty.
Gorgeous. Look at this. Come on, dude. Feisty.
Cool.
Dude, I tell you, a normal day, you're ecstatic to catch that. Right. Normal day, you're thrilled to catch that. After yours, he doesn't look so big. Dude, look at that.
They're just so healthy.
He's too big to keep. I'm not even keeping him. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Beautiful.
You know?
So what C-Mac and I are doing, we noticed at our previous stop that the fish seem more concentrated around the points, obviously not unusual. Points with deep water nearby. So we moved into this canal. It's just a straight man-made canal. It's got some breaks in it where the tide has busted through the natural spoil bank here. And so this water's coming out, got a falling tide, got a grass bed right here, and these fish are just right off the ledge. That big one C-Mac just caught, as well as the one I just caught, we're way out here, way off the point. Not close to it at all. And we've each missed a couple of fish here. There's definitely a little school here. We could probably repeat this pattern all over Delacroix. There's one. There's one. That's a keeper. It's still a big fish, though. It's still a big fish.
So fat.
Man, are they fat. Look at that.
I mean, they are just healthy as can be. This is usually the kind of place.
There he is.
The water's out of the marsh.
Good night, C-Mac. If we were team tournament fishing,
Yeah.
I mean, we've got at least. Oh God, look at this fish, dude. Look at this.
I know.
I mean, he's not as big as yours, but that's a big fish.
That's a big marsh fish. Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, marsh bass don't get a ton bigger than the one you just caught. I mean, you catch 4, 4.5, but that's about as big as they get.
And they almost look grotesque when they get that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What?
That fish just, I saw my bait fly out of his mouth. My bait's still on here. He hit one of the other ones.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. Yep, this is one of the ones I missed.
Unbelievable. You come back and hit it again. Of course, I didn't really know where all the rocks were and everything. And the trout weren't really right on the rocks.
There he is. Oh, silly. Silly. Get him, C-Mac. You missed him. There he is. You know, it's funny, all the big ones hit first.
Yeah.
Now they're getting smaller. I guess it's a prime area, and so the big fish are set up there, and the big fish are kind of, I mean, the little fish are bullied out.
Yeah.
And they kind of move in. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know what this bait is. It's a Pro's Choice Senko style soft stick bait, available only at sportsmansoutfitters.com. It's a sponsor of mine, but this bait is just phenomenal. I love it. This is June bug color. I also like the black and blue. Even though this water is really, really pretty, you would think you'd throw a watermelon or something like that, but this bait just works really well in this color. Oh, he ripped the rod out of my hands. There he is. There he is. He came back. He came back. All right. So fat.
Yeah, fat.
So typical of these marsh fish. Just get really, really fat. Shaped like footballs. And that's the beauty of fishing on these low water days. Low water with a falling tide, it just concentrates these fish. You might have to work a little bit to find them, but once you do, oh, missed him. Yep, look at that, hit everything but my hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a very dumb decision in our competition. I should have said,
Redfish early?
I should have said, no, not that. I should have said, as soon as I caught my big bass, like, all right, we're going trout fishing.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have been sitting there struggling to try to catch a bass.
Catch a bass while we're trout fishing.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, look up the lyrics to Frosty the Snowman.
You're not going to do it at the fish cleaning station?
Of course.
Okay.
Just a sec. Here's what I... Uh-oh. Lost the connection. Let me try that again. Here's what I found for the lyrics.
Siri's having trouble.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.
Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the snowman.
You whipped out, man. You waited for everybody to
There's a
leave.
fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. But when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. That should suffice.
We didn't even see the full lyric, man.
Well, I have to touch the screen to move it down.
My 4-year-old daughter would be booing right now.
Well, in that case, I'm glad she's not here.
Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump.
Look at Frosty go.
Y'all able to find any trout?
Huh?
Y'all able to find any trout?
Not
No, we didn't really
one.
look for her, man.
Bumped into one.